Good evening and welcome to CIF-Central-Coast.tv's continuing coverage of the Central Coast Section Baseball Championships on this Memorial Day weekend. Happy Memorial Day weekend to you. The national anthem just completed here at San Jose Municipal Stadium as we await the start of the Division I championship game that features the visiting number 4 seed Valley Christian Warriors against the number 3 seed, the San Benito Hay Balers. I'm Jeff Kurtz alongside Bo Fertig, cameraman Robert Fields. As we get set for today's action, Valley Christian comes into the game with a record of 24-8. San Benito a record of 24-6. But Bo, these are two teams that faced each other at the very beginning of the year. First games of the season, Valley Christian got the upper hand against San Benito in that 2-game set. San Benito looking to return the favor in the most important game of the year, the Division I championship game today.
Yeah, San Benito without a couple of their key players, that being Breen, their shortstop, and their catcher behind the plate, Jacob Tanasha, both basketball players. But coming into this game, they're two of their hottest hitters right now. And because of it, San Benito has a much better chance with the 3 seed. Both teams had to go through the top seeds. San Benito beat the number 2 seed, St. Francis 2-0. And on the other side, Valley Christian went through the 1 seed, beat Palo Alto 4-2. Or excuse me, San Benito beat St. Francis 6-4. So good ball games overall, but both teams had to go through the big dogs to get to this point. So it should be an exciting game.
For San Benito in particular, it's the first time they knocked off both Archbishop Mitty and St. Francis to make it to a championship game. This in head coach Billy Avila's second year at the helm for San Benito, a team that lost a heartbreaker 5-4 last year in the championship game against Palo Alto. Meanwhile, Valley Christian, no stranger to championship games, and John Diotti's 23 years at the helm of the Warriors. They have won 5 titles during that span. Let's get you the starting lineups for both teams. First, for the visitors, the Valley Christian Warriors. Keenan Brigman will bat leadoff playing left field. Bryant Park, the first baseman, will bat second. Bryson Brigman, the shortstop, will bat third. Nick McGrew, the second baseman, will bat in the cleanup spot. Colin Warner, the catcher, will bat fifth. Cameron Stewart, the starting pitcher, bats sixth. Theron Kay is the designated hitter. He will bat for the right fielder Cameron Booth in the number 7 spot in the order. Evan Stainthorpe will bat 8th and play third base, and the center fielder Bryce Novak will bat 9th playing center field. Meanwhile, defensively for the Hay Balers, Jake Cabral on the mound for San Benito this evening out of Hollister, California, and they've got Hollister on the front of the jerseys, does San Benito. Jacob Tanasha, the catcher. Craig Slipsager at third base. Michael Breen is the shortstop. Margus Sabate is the second baseman. Jose Guzman over at first. Ryan Jacob is the left fielder. Josh George in center. And Daniel Gonzalez in right. Our umpires for today's action, Richard Vasquez behind the plate. Ed Costa down at first base, and Rick Losoya down at third. San Benito in the red jerseys. They are the home team. White pants. The gray pants for Valley Christian. They are in the navy blue. And Keenan Brigman set to dig in against the big man, Jake Cabral, who is an imposing presence out there on the mound. Meanwhile, Keenan Brigman, the left fielder, a freshman. So a freshman leading off for Valley Christian. A lot of trust in this young man, and he's going to foul off the first pitch from Cabral as the sun goes down here in the Bay Area. The lights on at the Muni. San Jose Municipal Stadium, home of the San Jose Giants, the affiliate, single-A affiliate of the San Francisco Giants. Just a short drive up the freeway to AT&T Park. The 0-1 delivery misses outside, 1-1. Nice crowd on hand for this final game of 3. Last year, San Benito had to wait a while. There was a thunderstorm between games 2 and 3 here in the Bay Area, and the Division I game didn't get started till 9:30. Here we're delayed till 8:15 because the other games have run long. This one fouled off along the right field line out of play, and the count is 1-2 on Keenan Brigman. We will have no such weather interruption this evening. A little bit of fog over the hills to the west. A couple of patchy clouds in the sky. Slight breeze blowing from right to left. in the outfield and has been doing so all day, though not quite as briskly now as it was earlier for the Division II game at 1 o'clock and the Division III game at around 4. Here's the 1-2 pitch, popped in the air. This will be out of play as well, right side. And it'll keep the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Brickman making Cabral work here early in the game, fouling off a couple pitches. Usually that leadoff guy sets the tone in the top half of the inning to get the game started. Fouling a couple pitches off, allowing his teammates to look at a couple pitches before they're at bat.
Bryant Park and then Bryson Brigman, the older brother, a sophomore of Keenan Brigman, to follow. Cabral's 1-2, swung on and missed on the curveball, strike 3, and we've got 1 out in the books in the top of the first inning.
Great breaking ball, had Brigman out in front, pulled the string, and gets him to strike out for the first out of the inning.
You mentioned it at the top of the broadcast, Bo. Jacob Tanasha and Michael Breen, the catcher and shortstop respectively for San Benito, were in basketball during the first 2 games that these squads played, and both coaches made mention of it in the pregame. Here's the first pitch to Bryant Park, high, ball 1. Coach Avila is telling us we think those guys are difference makers, and we missed them the first time around as they were completing their basketball season. We asked Coach Diotti and his staff, so what's the difference between this game and the last one? And he made mention those 2 kids playing basketball. That's a big upgrade for San Benito.
And that was the first thing Coach Diotti mentioned when talking about San Benito. 2 players make a big difference in a 9-player team game, especially when they bat at the top of the lineup.
2-0 pitch, bounced up the middle, second baseman ranging to his right, long throw and unable to make the scoop is Guzman. Sabate did a nice job getting to that ball to his right and would have been a tough play anyway at first base. We'll see what they rule this here, but I would not be shocked if Bryant Park gets an infield single.
Park, their first baseman, got down the line pretty quickly. 2 big hops. We've been on the infield earlier today, and that dirt infield is hard as a rock. We've already seen a couple bounces, 1 bounce in particular, go over the second baseman's head, and that was because of that high bounce allowed the Park to get down first base.
That is an infield single.
Hit,
yeah, infield single. So Park on at first with 1 out, and the batter is Bryson Brigman. Meanwhile, the grass, as it gets it is a little moist in the air this evening. This pitch is high, ball 1. The grass gets a little slipperier, so a little more slippery. So,
and that's not good when the grass is this thick. That just means the ball is going to get wet. So when that ball reaches the outfielders, it's going to be tough to throw it in. The runners have to know that as well. Make the outfielders try to make a play, make them throw the ball, and hopefully create an error.
This pitch to Brigman is right down the heart of the plate for a strike. The count evens at 1-1. Outfield is shading Brigman to the opposite field. Josh George has moved to his left, our right, out in center, more towards his right fielder. Big gap in left center. Infield pretty much straight up, double play depth up the middle. Even with the bag at third is Slipsager. This pitch, or actually, excuse me, a toss over to first base to Guzman, and diving back in easily is Bryant Park. This one is fouled straight back into the screen. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nick McGrew waits on deck, the second baseman for Valley Christian.
Cabral struck out Brigman's brother, the first batter, in this similar position with a breaking ball. He's thrown 3 straight fastballs to this Brigman. We'll see how he ends it.
Just off the plate on the outside edge. Good spot right there for Tanasha.
It almost looked like Brigman was looking for a breaking ball. Froze on that outside corner. Just unable to paint that black.
Count even at 2-2. 1 out in the inning, top of the first. Runner over at first base, and Cabral throws over. Park is in easily.
Park's not getting a big lead, but Cabral's still keeping him closer just because of those few throw overs.
The 2-2 delivery. Curveball, slap towards center field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Second consecutive hit. Holding at second is Park. And Valley Christian's got a little something going here in the first inning.
Yeah, Cabral struck out the leadoff hitter with a breaking ball. Same pitch to his brother. This time got it up. The big difference between that first breaking ball and that second one. First one got it down. Nice sharp break. This time got it up in the zone, and Brigman took advantage of it. Took it right up the middle for a solid base hit.
Nick McGrew now the batter, with the catcher Colin Warner waiting in the wings. Runners at first and second, one out in the inning. Outfield again shading to right for the right-handed hitting McGrew, which is a bit unusual when you've got your 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up. Usually the outfield's going to play you to pull because those guys like fastballs and can get around. This one is pulled into the hole, and that is going to go into left field. Looking to score is Park, and he is going to score as the left fielder, Ryan Jacob, couldn't come up with the ball cleanly. Everyone's going to move up an extra 90 feet. Second and third, and a run in for Valley Christian. Well, that's an RBI, and then an error on the left fielder, Jacob, allows Bryson Brigman to get to third and McGrew to second base.
Nice piece of hitting right there by McGrew. Jumps on the first pitch fastball, rips it in the 5.5 hole. Ryan Jacob had to play at the plate, just unable to come up with it cleanly. It looked like he took his head off the ball, looking up to see if Brigman was rounding third, which he was. Tried to make a play too quickly. Ball snuck under his glove, and Valley Christian with the early 1-0 lead.
Meanwhile, hustling down the right field line goes a couple of pitchers for San Benito. So Coach Avila is wasting no time getting someone going in the bullpen. Second and third with one out, one run in already, 3 hits in the inning for Valley Christian, and the infield in now for the Hay Balers. The batter is Colin Warner, the catcher. The first pitch is in there for a strike.
Nice job by Cabral right there in getting ahead to this number 5 batter. He can't afford to fall behind.
Cabral going out of a full windup here against the right-handed hitting Warner. And now Cabral is going to step off the rubber. The Valley Christian bench certainly active with the cheering here in the top of the first inning, and why not? Their team's up 1-0. Cabral comes in and misses outside, 1-1. On deck is the starting pitcher for Valley Christian, Cameron Stewart, who is a tall drink of water over there on the on-deck circle. He's got a big strike zone, but I have a feeling he can crush it a little bit too.
Probably the tallest player we've seen all day today in the 3 games.
Cabral gets the sign, and the 1-1 pitch is a swing and a miss by Warner. Foul tip into the glove of the catcher, Tanasha.
Just missed that one, but nice looking swing by Warner right there. Full extension, just unable to get around quick enough. And Cabral's up 1-2.
1 out in the inning, second and third for Valley Christian. Cabral with his catcher setting up way outside, seeing if they can get Warner to go after a ball out of the zone. He does not, and the count is now even at 2-2. Pitch, curveball, and that's laced into left field for a base hit, and that could score 2, and it will score 2 as a 2 RBI single for Colin Warner makes it 3-0 Valley Christian.
Once again, Valley Christian hitters making Cabral pay with the breaking ball up in the zone. When you get that breaking ball up in the zone, it's so much easier to hit and square up on it. It starts on that inside half, but breaks right over the middle of the plate. And we saw that from the number 3 hitter, Brigman, just rips it. And Valley Christian looking really good right here in the top of the first, hitting-wise. up to this point, if I can pull out the scores.
Well, Cameron Stewart now the batter while you're researching that, Bo, and continued activity down in the San Benito bullpen. Long way to go in this game, so a 3-0 deficit for San Benito is not insurmountable. But boy, Valley Christian racking up the runs here early. This is a pitch that's going to be in there for a strike on the inside corner against Stewart, 0-1.
Valley Christian has scored 4 runs in their last 2 games and already have 4 runs in this first.
4 runs total or in each, or 4 runs each in their last
4 runs each, excuse me. So already matching those totals in their last 2 games in the first.
This one is fouled off the end of the bat. 3-0 our score here in the first inning.
Oh, we'll be matching.
Oh, close. They're not far. But I'll tell you what, if they've gotten 4 in each of the last 2 games, and now they've got 3 here in the first.
They're feeling pretty good.
Yeah, they are. I think Coach Diotti would take it. Stewart, though, in an 0-2 hole. Pitch from Cabral is going to be bounced foul. First base side.
Yeah, in these playoffs, during the last 3 games, their first game, 1-0. Second, 4-1 over Milpitas, and 4-2 win over the number 1 seed, Palo Alto.
Palo Alto, the defending champion. Cabral comes in 0-2 again, and this is lifted in the air to right field. It's going to fall for a hit. And holding at second base is Warner, who hesitated a little bit just to make sure the ball was going to land. It was a soft fly ball, so the outfielder, Daniel Gonzalez in right, looked for a moment like he might have a shot at it, but it falls in cleanly. And that is 5 hits in a row now for Valley Christian, and Cabral is going to come out.
Yeah, and not cheap hits either, Jeff. All solid. That last one lifted a little bit off the end of the bat, but still got a good swing on it. And 3-0 with the guy in first and second with only 1 out to begin the game. A great start for Coach Diotta and his boys.
Well, Cabral is responsible for 2 runners on base, and he lasts a third of an inning. A strikeout, no walks, but 5 hits. And we'll see who San Benito goes to from the bullpen. And that is number 25, Anthony Ocampo. So Ocampo now in the ball game. So Ocampo in the game, replacing Cabral. And he will see if he can douse this hot start of the Valley Christian Warriors. Brigman struck out. Keenan Brigman, then Bryant Park an infield single. A single to center by Bryson Brigman. An RBI single for Nick McGrew. A 2 RBI single for Colin Warner. Cameron Stewart added a base hit. Put runners on first and second. And now it's Theron Kay who will be coming up to hit against Ocampo. And this is not the kind of beginning San Benito was hoping for in this game, Bo.
Yeah, definitely not. But what a great start for Valley Christian. I mean, all 5 singles, 5 base hits in a row. And it's not that Cabral wasn't pitching bad. He was hitting the strike zone. But Valley Christian just jumping on the ball early. And when they did fall back, or when they did fall behind, they made good quality swings and got good piece of the ball.
That's right. Well, and some mistakes up in the strike zone. You mentioned that, Bo, on curveballs that did not break very much. Meanwhile, Ocampo is warming up on the mound, and San Benito has already sent another battery down to the bullpen to start warming up down there as well. So,
yeah, when Cabral did have the advantage and threw that breaking ball, it just didn't get over, and with that sharp break, and the Valley Christian hitters took advantage of it. And when they did throw fastballs, they jumped on the first pitch fastball. So good piece of hitting by Valley Christian. Give credit where credit's due.
Theron Kay is the batter. And Kay is the designated hitter in the game, batting 7th in the order for Valley Christian. He's batting for the right fielder, Cameron Booth. At the high school level, you could use a DH or not. It's your choice. And you can be the designated hitter for anyone in the lineup, not necessarily just the pitcher like happens at the major league level. Well, I suppose you could DH for somebody else at the major league level potentially, but most pitchers can't hit, at least these days. Here is the first pitch from Ocampo. And that's in the dirt, and it's going to get away from the catcher, and everyone's going to move up 90 feet on the wild pitch.
Tough start for Ocampo coming in through that ball about 58 feet, not quite the 60 feet, 60-inch mark you want to hit. Bounced in front of the plate. Tough pickup by Tanasha. Got a piece of it, just didn't get over in time.
If you're K here, are you taking till you get a strike against Ocampo?
Yeah, especially after that first pitch.
Infield in for Sam Benito. They're not going to walk K intentionally. This pitch in the dirt again and is dug out of there this time by Tanasha. And the count is 2-0. Especially with first base open. And you wonder if it gets to 3-0 here, if they'll just put him on and set up a force-out situation, a double play ball with the bases loaded and only one out. Tanasha awaits. That one in the dirt again, 3-0. And now Tanasha's going to go out to the mound and talk to Ocampo.
Settle down, men. Settle down. That's what Tanasha has to be telling his pitcher right now. Gather yourself. Just throw a strike right here, and we'll move from there.
Well, it's a good opportunity. Likely Tanasha not going to, or excuse me, K is not going to be swinging. And that one is ball 4 high. So a walk. And the batter is Evan Stainthorpe, the third baseman. Double play up the middle, and that is the depth that the middle infielders are moving to for San Benito. Corners in. Over at first, that would be Guzman. At third, Slibsager, who's even with the bag. Ball hit sharply to one of those corner infielders. They'll come quickly to the plate. Ball hit up the middle. Middle infield's going to try to turn the DP. Stainthorpe from the left-hand side is going to look at one in there for a strike. 0-1. One out in the inning. 3 runs already across for Valley Christian. Bases loaded for the Warriors. Bryce Novak in the on-deck circle, the 9th hitter in the order to follow Stainthorpe. If Stainthorpe can keep this one alive. This one is low in the dirt and blocked by Tanasha, who's going to his knees more than an NHL goalie so far in the first inning.
Good job by Tanasha and keeping that double play threat still in play.
This one is grounded towards the second baseman. Could be 2. There's 1. Quick throw, double play. San Benito gets out of a nice play by Marcus Sabate. And that will end the top of the first inning. Valley Christian gets 3, but leaves runners on the sacks. And we move to the bottom half of the first inning. The score 3-0 Valley Christian. Let's get you the lineups for San Benito. And the defensive alignment for the Warriors. First, let's go with the lineup for San Benito. Josh George, the center fielder, will bat leadoff. Michael Breen, the shortstop, will bat second in the lineup. Jacob Tanasha, the catcher, bats third. Ryan Jacob is the left fielder. He's batting cleanup today. Marcus Sabate, the second baseman, will bat fifth. Jose Guzman, the first baseman, batting sixth. Craig Slibsager is the third baseman, batting seventh. Anthony Ocampo was going to bat for Jake Cabral. Now he's just in the slot. He was going to be the designated hitter. He's now pitching. He's batting eighth. Daniel Gonzalez, the right fielder, will bat ninth. Meanwhile, defensively, Cameron Stewart, the right-hander on the mound for Valley Christian, will be throwing to Colin Warner behind the plate. Evan Stainthorpe down at third base. Bryson Brigman, the sophomore, over at shortstop. Nick McGrew is the second baseman. Bryant Park at first. Left to right in the outfield, Keenan Brigman is in left. Bryce Novak is in center. Cameron Booth is in right. The lights are on here at the single A affiliate of the San Francisco Giants. We're at San Jose Municipal Stadium. Built in the early 1940s. And it has seen a lot of baseball over the years. And as is befitting a single A park, you would expect the lighting not the greatest in the outfield, as it's a little bit dark the closer you get to the wall. and a little bit towards the lines as well.
A great job by Ocampo to finish that top half of the inning to keep his team within range, only down by 3. Threw a nice breaking ball, kept it low, and doubled up doubled up Valley Christian. And a great job by the second baseman, too. He could have went to short, realized that the runner was nearing him, and tagged him out through it to first. Only down 3. Still a lot of ball game to be played.
Well, sure. Just ask the team that won in the Division III championship game, and exactly St. Ignatius in Division II. Pacific Grove was down 4-0 after 3 innings against the favored Menlo School, and then ended up winning the game 10-6. Meanwhile, Aptos was up 3-1 on St. Ignatius going into the 6th inning, and ended up losing the game 5-3. So we've had nothing but comebacks here in the Central Coast Section Baseball Championships today. Now, Josh George, the batter, leading things off. And he promptly lines one on one hop to the second baseman McGrew, over to first base to Park. 1 away on 1 pitch for Cameron Stewart.
George jumped on the first pitch fastball. Sometimes you like to see that leadoff hitter almost take a pitch, but when you're down early, you want to get some runners on. Got a good piece of it, just hit it right to the second baseman. Nice play by McGrew.
Michael Breen, the shortstop, now the hitter. One of the 2 players who is missing for San Benito, their first time around against Valley Christian at the beginning of the year. Breen and then Jacob Tanasha, who's in the on-deck circle, were both playing basketball. The 1-0 pitch from Stewart is low, 2-0. That is a curveball that misses, and the count's 3-0. San Benito crowd starting to get into it a little bit. Seeing if they can get a 1-out base runner, as did Valley Christian in the top of the first. That is a strike. Breen taking all the way. That one low and in, ball 4. So the runner is on for San Benito, and Tanasha is the batter. I don't think Tanasha is going to be laying down a bunt, Bo, but a lot of signals flying from that third base coaching box. Breen with good speed, getting the lead over at first. We'll see what Stewart's move looks like if he elects to toss over there. Middle infield at double play depth. There's a throw. Back easily is Breen. He's got another step and a half if he wants. He could probably get to the cut of the grass there on the infield. Meanwhile, a quick conversation between Stewart and Colin Warner.
Tanasha looking to drive something here, looking something on the inner half of the plate. Rips something in the gap. They're giving him the left field line, so if he gets one down there, Breen should have no chance of scoring.
Yeah, Brigman is squeezing the left center field gap right now with the center fielder Novak. First pitch is a curveball, and it's in there for a strike. 0-1.
Nice job by Stewart in getting ahead with that breaking ball. Tanasha, their best hitter, I'm sure sees a lot of first pitch breaking balls, but in his first at-bat, lay off of it, you're going to get another good pitch in this at-bat.
Here's a throw over to first. Breen is in. Valley Christian crowd wanted the out, but Breen got back in plenty of time. Pitch from Stewart, another breaking ball, and a swing and a miss from Tanasha, who was way out in front.
Yeah, this time Stewart started his breaking ball over the middle of the plate and landed on the outer half. Tanasha pretty much pulled his head, trying to rip that one down the left field line, unable to connect.
Throw over, Breen back in again. You know, it's a situation for Stewart. It's somewhat deceptive since he's releasing the ball from the same point, release point. It's hard to pick up, and you take a lot off that breaking pitch compared to your fastball. It's another throw over to Breen in again. Can make it difficult.
Yeah, well, they say the big difference between a player of this caliber and a major league pitcher is 40 feet. The pitch looks the same. In those last 20 feet, that's when the pitch becomes difficult to hit. And Stewart's doing a good job of that right now.
The 0-2 is going to be fouled away on a pitch in the outside corner. Tanasha has yet to see a fastball, and he may not in this at-bat.
Yeah, once again, breaking on the outer half of that plate. Tanasha did a better job of staying with it. Just got under the pitch, but this time he actually made contact instead of whiffing, so he's starting to recognize that breaking ball a little bit better, as good hitters do.
Stewart comes set. And now we got time called by Tanasha. Runner at first, 1 out. 3-0 is the score. Valley Christian leading. Another throw over, gets away from the first baseman, and Breen is on the run, and he might be able to get 2 bases out of this. He is heading all the way to third. Long throw, good arm, but the throw is not in time, and the 2-base error by Stewart puts Breen at third with 1 out in the inning.
That's tough to watch. On an 0-2 pitch, it's not likely that Breen's going to be taking off. He already threw over enough to where Breen wasn't taking that big of a lead because he almost got picked off on one of them. Just let that one get away from Stewart. Now he has to come back and battle. Still ahead in the count, but now all Tanasha has to do is just
get it in the air somewhere in the outfield.
Exactly.
And you've got a run and you're on the board.
Or the middle of the infield's playing back as well.
Yeah. That would get a run in. Here's the 0-2. Fouled away, right field line. Nice job by Tanasha. Those last 2 pitches on the outside part of the plate, and with 2 strikes, he's got to swing at anything close, and he does a nice job fouling it off.
Yeah, Stewart has yet to come inside on this at-bat. And when you have a big hitter like Tanasha, sometimes he'll lean over the plate until you back him off, and that's what he's done on these last couple swings.
Stewart still staying out of the stretch with a runner at third. Breaking ball, misses outside, 1-2. Valley Christian fans wanted a strike 3. I have a feeling our umpiring crew is going to hear it from both sides all evening from the fans here. That pitch didn't look very close, and if Valley Christian fans are on top of that one, you could expect they'll be on it all game. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Curveball bounced up the middle. It's going to get a run home. The out will be recorded on the play from Brigman to Park, but the run is in. And Tanasha with the RBI makes it a 3-1 ball game. So what you got to do with the number 3 hitter is get the run in some way, somehow, and that's got to make San Benito breathe a little bit of a sigh of relief, knowing that they've at least got 1 run on the board, pecking away at that 3-0 deficit. It's now a 2-run game. And the batter is Ryan Jacob, the cleanup hitter, and he's going to drop a bunt down to third. Coming in, throwing, and making the play. Nice job, Evan Stainthorpe, and that will end the inning. A run in, though, for San Benito, and so it's a 3-1 ball game. We've completed 1 here from San Jose Municipal Stadium, home of the Central Coast Section Baseball Championships. You're following the action on CIF-Centralcoast.tv, part of the Play on High School Sports Network. You can also follow along online on YouTube.com/PlayOnNetwork.
One thing to mention, Stewart has to be kicking himself right now. That was a tailor-made double play if Breen stays at one with that ball hit up the middle. Nonetheless, they get the run at the bottom of that half inning. You can watch highlights or replay of today's game in our on-demand section, and you could also buy a DVD or Blu-ray of today's game right on CIF-Central Coast.tv. Click on Buy DVD, and you can order today's game right now. Have a game that lasts a lifetime. Brought to you by CIF-Central Coast.tv.
It'll be Bryce Novak, Keenan Brigman, and then Bryant Park to hit against Ocampo in the top half of the second inning. Ocampo, second pitcher of the game for San Benito, replacing Cabral, who struggled through a third of an inning. Ended up with 3 earned runs on 5 hits. Meanwhile, Novak now, and then back to the top of the order for Valley Christian. Bryce Novak, the starting center fielder for the Warriors. And Ocampo gets to start an inning without anybody on base. The first pitch is lined foul, right side.
Novak, the center fielder, must have some speed.
This one is going to be bounced to third on the short hop. Gloved and throwing over for the out is Slipsager. Nice defensive play. And their leadoff man is retired, 1 down. Keenan Brigman, the hitter, 0 for 1, struck out in his first at-bat.
Ocampo came back with a breaking ball on that second pitch. Novak rolled it over to the third baseman, and Slipsager, makes a nice play.
Ocampo's first pitch is a little bit low, ball 1. You know, I got to say, I'm impressed that Keenan Brigman, as a freshman, is starting in this championship game. I mean, it's not like Valley Christian has 14 guys on the roster and they're digging for outfielders. This is a quality baseball program as this ball is bounced to short, gloved by Breen to Guzman, who digs it out of the dirt and makes the play. Nice play, 2 down. It just goes to show what kind of player Brigman is. 2 outs in the inning, and Bryant Park, the batter, an infield single, and scored the first run of the game for Valley Christian in the top of the first.
Yeah, usually your leadoff hitters are your smartest hitters as well, and that shows a lot.
There's a lot of responsibility for a youngster like Brigman, but I'll tell you what, he's got a good 4 years ahead of him here. Maybe 3 actually after this. As the curveball from Ocampo to Park is low for ball 1. Second pitch, bounced towards the shortstop. Breen comes up with it. An easy inning for Ocampo. 1, 2, 3, all on grounders to the left side. So we'll move to the bottom of the second inning, and the score remains 3-1. Valley Christian leading it here in this Division I championship game. It'll be Marcus Sabate, Jose Guzman, and Craig Slibsager for the San Benito Hay Balers.
Looking for a great place to advertise your business while reaching the greater high school community? Then you want to advertise on CIF-Central Coast.tv. We have great rates for your business while giving you the opportunity to get your message out to a very important demographic. For more information, give us a call at 619-677-3246. And once again, that number is 619-677-3246.
Jeff Kurtz alongside Bo Fertig. Bottom of the second inning. An uneventful top of the second for Valley Christian. And given the amount of activity they had on the base paths in the top of the first inning, that is good news for San Benito fans.
And Coach Avias will surely take that one.
Yeah, you'd like as many low-stress 1, 2, 3 innings as you can get your hands on.
Well, and the amount of pitches that Ocampo threw right there, too. Threw under 10. We don't have the exact pitch count, but in and out, and gets his team back up at bat.
Sabate, Guzman, Slipsager, and should San Benito be so fortunate, Ocampo to follow. Stewart begins his second inning of work with a fastball on the inside corner for strike one. Then a curveball follows for strike two. 3 runs, 5 hits, 1 error so far for Valley Christian in the game. San Benito got their lone run in the first inning without a hit. Stewart's 0-2 is going to be grounded towards second base. Backhand nicely. Long throw. Great play, Nick McGrew. 1 down.
That's the second nice play McGrew's made today. Back deep, shallow center field almost. Makes a great throw, and he had to let go of it quickly because Sabate was running down that line and didn't quite get there in time.
Guzman, the batter. Curveball misses, 1-0. This one is low and in, 2-0.
Stewart mixing his pitches up nicely. Started the last batter off with a fastball, then came back with the breaking ball. Now started this batter, Guzman, with the breaking ball, came back with the fastball.
Outfielders continue to shade San Benito, hitters to right field. This is a high cheese fastball that Guzman can't catch up on, 2-1.
Guzman came out of his shoes right there, wanted to rip that one, just unable to catch up.
That one, same spot, lifted high in the air, right side. Calling for it is Park, and he will make the play. Over at first base, second out of the inning. And the batter is the third baseman, Craig Slipsager.
Stewart jammed Guzman right there. Saw at that last swing that he was a little behind. So when you see a batter a little slow around to the ball, you want to get him inside. And did just that for the second out.
This pitch up and in on Slipsager. Stewart had been working that up and in against Guzman. And starts out Slipsager by backing him off the plate, 1-0.
Go right back outside. Oh,
he's going to go inside. Low and in. This one will be fouled away out of play. And the count is even at 1-1. 2 down in the inning, nobody on. 3-1 Valley Christian.
Yeah, I don't mind that high and in pitch because what it does, it leaves that outside corner more open. You have a player who's going to be realizing that he came high and tight, and he's going to forget about that outside corner.
That pitch is a curveball for strike two.
And he was bailing on that pitch
as
well.
Yeah, Slipsager was thinking back to the first pitch of the at-bat, and 1 ball and 2 strikes. That one is going to bounce in front of the plate and get by the catcher Warner, 2-2. That one, strike 3 outside corner, catches Slipsager looking. San Benito crowd doesn't like it, but Valley Christian manages to match the 1-2-3 inning of the hay balers in the top half of the inning. We've completed 2 here at San Jose Municipal Stadium. And the score in the Division I championship game is Valley Christian 3, San Benito 1 as we move to the top of the third.
Want to have your game broadcast live on the internet and be able to watch it again and again on demand while making money for your sports program? Want to give your students the opportunity to create their own broadcasts for your school's athletic events? Then contact us at info@kbcsports.com. We offer season packages for schools, a full curriculum for your students, and an opportunity to raise up to $10,000 for your sports program. Again, that's info at kbcsports.com or call us at 619-677-3246. Once again, that number, 619-677-3246.
Jeff Kurtz alongside Bo Fertig. Bo, it looks like the pitchers are beginning to settle in here a little bit.
Right, and looking at the past couple divisions, or the Division 2 and 3, the teams that made it to the finals scored a lot of runs. These teams, San Benito scores 11 over 3, and Valley Christian 9 over 3, so not a lot of runs being scored, whether that's due to the pitching or the hitting or the fielding for that matter. The pitchers are starting to settle in here nicely as this game goes along. I think a lot of it has to do with the pitchers getting ahead of these batters. And whenever a pitcher is working ahead, it just leaves more pitches available.
Bryson Brigman to be followed by Nick McGrew and Colin Warner to face Ocampo. And a shot to left field, but right there is Ryan Jacob for the first out. So one pitch, one down. Brigman retired, and McGrew the batter. McGrew singled to left, driving in a run in the first inning. Came around to score the final run of the inning for Valley Christian.
Ocampo in this inning and a third, attacking the zone, being very efficient with his pitches.
Now 2 official innings for Ocampo. This one is going to be fouled away towards the first base dugout. 0-1.
Yeah, the great thing is Ocampo didn't look too solid at his first batter, through the first couple pitches in the dirt, but has gathered himself nicely as this game's gone along.
Found a rhythm. Walked the first guy and has retired everybody since.
Including that huge double play to end that first inning to stop the bleeding.
That ball in the dirt, 1-1. Pitch popped in the air, playable in the infield. Shortstop Breen calling for it and grabs it on the outfield grass. 2 down. Colin Warner drove in 2 runs with a base hit to left in the first inning. And he is now your hitter for Valley Christian. I figured the wind would die down a little bit here as we moved into the evening, but it seems to have stepped up from the start of the game, again blowing right to left out in the outfield. We have had a home run today as this first pitch is on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. That was hit by Menlo's leadoff hitter, Avis. A pull hitter to right center. 0-2 on a foul ball by Warner down the right field line, and he's in a hole.
Once again, Ocampo working ahead right now. Has a lot of pitches he could throw.
The delivery fouled away again into the screen right side. Warner battling.
Yeah, good job by Warner right there, and just fouling that one off.
Ocampo not wasting any time, comes to the plate and misses just a little bit high, 1-2. Check down to first base just to see if Warner went around, but our first base umpire Ed Costa says no. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and now Warner calls time. The pitch. Slap to the right side. Nice one hopper to Sabate, and he throws out Warner to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Valley Christian, as that is 7 in a row retired by Ocampo. And Ocampo will lead things off for San Benito in the bottom of the 3rd inning, to be followed by Daniel Gonzalez and Josh George. You're following the action on the Play On High School Sports Network, youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. or CIF-Centralcoast.tv.
We've got baseball for you all Memorial Day weekend. After all the action today in the Central Coast section, we head to Sacramento for the Sac Joaquin Section Baseball Championships on Monday, May 28th. Game coverage starts at noon on CIF-SacJoaquin.tv. Put the game on and follow the hardball action all weekend. Brought to you by Play On Sports and the Play On High School Sports Network. make sure you follow KBC on all of our Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, all of our social media sites. You can find us on any one of those three. And let us know what you think. Let us know what you think about the games. Let us know what you think about the broadcast. Any assistance, any help is much appreciated. And we got some great action going on all weekend, Jeff.
We had a number of games in the northern part of the state this weekend, and we've got 3 more to go on Monday. Then we've got more baseball championships the following weekend, the North Coast section from Oakland Coliseum, and in the Sac Joaquin section from Stockton, as the school year concludes and our coverage concludes here in the 2011-2012 season. Ocampo, his first at-bat of the game, facing Stewart, and looks at a breaking ball low for ball 1. Stewart's second pitch, inside corner, strike 1. Well, people had barely settled into their seats and saw a 4-run explosion by both of these teams in the first inning, and they've relaxed, and so have these two squads, especially defensively. This one fouled away into the screen behind home plate, 1 and 2, and the pitchers in particular.
Yeah, Stewart coming straight over the top, and his big frame, or tall frame, makes it difficult for these hitters to pick up the pitch. A lot of them are behind these fastballs.
That one is in the dirt. Ocampo swings and misses, blocked by the catcher, Warner, who throws over to retire Ocampo on the putout. And there is 1 down, second consecutive strikeout for Stewart. And the batter is Daniel Gonzalez, the right fielder. To be followed by the center fielder, Josh George. Gonzalez sounds like he had a little bit of a fan club down there with San Benito. I thought I heard some high-pitched squeals. That was up and in on Gonzalez, almost caught the jersey.
If you're Gonzalez, you're falling down, acting like that hurts you. Ow, 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 you're trying to get on base any way you can.
This one is skied in the air to right field, but Cameron Booth is there for the putout. 2 down.
It might hurt a little bit, but give it 4 seconds, you'll forget all about it. Have the first base coach rub it off.
I don't know. Stewart's throwing pretty hard, and that was aiming right at the ribcage. That would not be gone in a few seconds.
Okay.
That would be a bruise that would last for a week and a half to 2 weeks. The batter is Josh George, who looked at 1 pitch from Stewart in his first at-bat and grounded out to second base.
He'd have a nice story going back to school.
He would. That's true. This is a curveball in the dirt, ball 1. And we say grounded out to second base for George, but that was not a...
Yeah, it was a sharp one.
It was not a weak ground ball. That
right.
was a nice line drive and a great play by Nick McGrew. The 1-0, way outside, 2-0. And immediately the coaches up off the bench for Valley Christian shouting out some instructions to Stewart, probably attack the batter. You have nobody on and 2 outs. The 2-0 pitch, low and away, 3-0. Well, you don't want to put the speedy Josh George on at first base, even with 2 outs. The 3-0 delivery. Ball 4. George, you didn't sell that very well, Josh George. You did not sell it well.
Nonetheless,
I think he thought it was strike result. 1 and looked at the umpire for confirmation. The umpire's like, hey, it was a ball. Go to first base. Don't give Valley Christian fans any reason to get on me here, please. Right. Michael Breen now the batter. He walked and scored in the first inning. George a healthy lead over at first. That pitch, outside corner, strike 1. We'll see if George goes in motion. Not a bad idea. I mean, you leave Breen up. If George gets thrown out, you leave Breen up to lead off the...
Yeah, 2, 3, 4 hitters.
Yep. Here's a throw over, and George is back to lead off the next inning. Or, best case scenario, you got a runner at second now in scoring position.
Yeah, well, and it puts the defense in motion as well. Opens up some holes for your number 2 hitter, who most of the time has a good stick.
Another throw over. And once again, George is back. Valley Christian fans wanting the out, but again, not even close. I'm not sure why people are. Well, they're fans for a reason, folks.
They got to root for somebody. They got to yell at somebody.
There's a lot of emotion in a championship game. The pitch, there goes the runner. Here's the throw, is a breaking ball, and George is in. Just got under the tag of Brigman.
Yeah, and that's the pitch you want to steal on a breaking ball. It takes longer to get to the plate, and if it was a fastball, George, those split seconds would have got him. But nonetheless, good job by George in getting over to second just under the tag. Now in scoring position.
They're playing deep in left field. Keenan Brigman is pretty far back there against Breen. The count is 0-2 on Breen. That was a strike. So now Breen in a little bit of a hole. Just looking to get the bat on the ball. They're setting up outside for him. The pitch is in the dirt, and heading to third is George. Throw down, and George is in. I'll tell you what, that was a bit of a risky maneuver right there, even though the ball popped out in front of the plate on Warner, because you don't want to make the third out at third base when you're already in scoring position.
The great runners, the quick runners, leave. On the split second they see the ball hit the dirt, they don't even look where it's landing. And because of their speed, they know they can get there in time if the ball scoots away from the catcher.
1 ball and 2 strikes. That pitch is fouled away. Nice job by Breen getting a piece of the ball as Warner continues to have his pitcher work the outside part of the plate.
Yeah, Warner did a good job in squaring up on that breaking ball. Knocked the ball right in front of him, but the speed of George, too quick. And the throw was a little high as well as he tried to rush it.
San Benito still without a hit in this game. That is a breaking ball, strike 3 swinging. Nice job by Stewart to get out of it. A runner stranded at third. We've completed 3. And the score is Valley Christian 3, San Benito 1. You're following the action on CIF-Centralcoast.tv, your home for high school sports in the Central Coast section.
Need a highlight video for your athlete working to earn that 4-year scholarship? Then you want to contact kbcsports.com. We can provide recruiting video for any athlete in any sport. Not only that, but we give you your own recruiting page right on our website. No more mailing DVDs to colleges. Instead, email coaches the link to your personal page. It's that easy. For more information, including pricing, contact us at recruits@kbcsports.com or call us at 619-677-3246. And once again, that number, 619-677-3246.
Cameron Stewart will lead off for Valley Christian in the top of the 4th inning, to be followed by Theron Kay and then Evan Stainthorpe. Bryce Novak, if Valley Christian were to get that deep. Stewart, a base hit to right field, advanced to second and was stranded there on a wild pitch in the first inning. Now for his second at-bat. You can see the pitchers have settled in because it's been 3 innings between at-bats for Cameron Stewart. He takes a first pitch from Ocampo and fouls it well out of play. And the count is 0-1.
Once again, good job by Ocampo attacking the zone, making the hitter swing the bat.
This one lifted in the air. Could go into foul territory. Hustling for it and unable to get to the ball is Slipsager. And it's 0-2.
Yeah, that wind pushing the ball away from Slipsager. He had a beat on it, just unable to get to it in time because that wind just pushing the ball over from right to left.
You know, it really makes you appreciate players in the major leagues. I mean, sometimes you wonder how anybody ever gets a hit ever, because guys make that play. You have to run all the way down the line. You got to find the ball. There's adverse weather conditions sometimes, like wind, not assisting you on it, and guys make plays all the time. I mean, it's pretty incredible, the athleticism.
That and the fact that they're doing it in multiple stadiums, not just their own, because every field is different. Some fields like the Coliseum have a huge room in the foul territory, and places like Petco in San Diego and San Francisco more shorter, and the wind's always different around those areas.
The 0-2 pitch down the line, just foul, third base line. Stewart going the opposite way.
Nice idea, though. Nice piece of hitting, going with the pitch, sticking his bat out, and barely missed it down the line.
They're playing Stewart, is San Benito, pretty straight up. Even though the pitch is from Ocampo, Stewart has been taking the opposite way. This is going to go in the dirt and will be a ball, 1-2.
Yeah, I'd like to see Ocampo stick with that fastball because Stewart has that long swing. It takes a little bit longer to get through the zone.
This pitch is a fastball, and it's ripped foul down
Maybe
the first
not.
base line.
Stewart ripped that one.
And, Bo, you're rethinking your strategy.
Nonetheless, it was just a long strike. That's all that was.
That's true. Well, one of the things about having the reach that Stewart does is you can get to a lot of baseballs.
Right.
The 1-2. That one's in the dirt, 2-2. And it can cause a pitcher like Ocampo to be too fine with it and try to pinpoint place it.
Right, and almost rethink the pitch or rethink his velocity. Just stick with the hard stuff.
The 2-2 pitch. Fastball lined right at the shortstop for an easy out. Breen is there on the soft liner. And there's one away. Theron Kay, the batter, the designated hitter, walked in his first at-bat and then was retired on a double play ball to end the first inning. The scoreboard has looked the same here after the first through the second, third, and fourth innings. Nobody's mustered a hit. Nobody's mustered a run. The pitch swung on and missed by Kay. Strike one. Second pitch, low, 1-1. This one is fouled away towards the third base coaching box. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
This is the second time. Well, actually, Ocampo came in to face Kay. This is the first batter Ocampo faced. So all the way through the lineup, and this is the second time around.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So Kay walked the first time he faced Ocampo, but now Ocampo retires him, and that's now 9 batters in a row that Ocampo has retired. Evan Stainthorpe being one of them, a double play ball to end the first inning.
And that double play was off the breaking ball, low and inside.
That one's fouled away right into the dugout, or in front of the dugout, I should say, of Valley Christian, third base line. 0-1.
All 3 batters this inning, Ocampo has started them each with the first pitch strike.
In the dirt, nice dig by Tanasha. 1-1. Ocampo has really done a good job maintaining his poise and getting settled in after he faced an adverse situation, coming in with runners on.
Right.
And already 3 runs in the top of the first inning of a championship game. The count now 1-2 as Stainthorpe missed on 1 high. That one is low, 2-2.
Yeah, this game could have got ugly quickly Well, Campo came in, and what was most surprising was the first couple pitches he threw in the dirt, so almost playing with his mental, but came back strong.
This one is bounced up the middle and is going to get through for a base hit. The run of 9 batters retired ends on a 2-out single by Evan Stainthorpe. That is our first hit since that first inning for Valley Christian. They've got a runner on, and Bryce Novak is the batter. Novak grounded out to third in his first at-bat. So Ocampo, for the first time in 3 innings, working with runners on base. 2 outs in the inning. 6th hit of the game for Valley Christian.
Novak, the number 9 hitter. Jump on that fastball. You're looking for a fastball right here. Down in the lineup, expect it, rip it.
Fastball, and strike 1. I mean, you were right on top of it, Bo. Fastball outside half of the plate.
Well, and you want to do that, especially when a pitcher is hitting his spots early in the count. You want to jump on that first pitch fastball.
That's a breaking ball, and Novak goes. Tried to hold up his swing, could not. 0-2.
Because it leaves that pitch available, and, you know, it's much harder to hit a curveball than it is a straight pitch.
Tanasha was setting up outside.
And you have to
stepping off the rubber was Ocampo.
Yeah, I was going to say, you have to realize that when you're at the bottom of the lineup, you know the pitcher is going to attack you because they doesn't want to walk you getting to the top of the lineup.
This one just misses on the outside edge. And sometimes pitchers are thinking you're batting 9th, so this is where I can go after you with fastballs.
Right.
Otherwise, you'd be batting first, and that can play right into your hands if you're hitting at the bottom of the lineup.
Very much so.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Nice lead over there at first for Stainthorpe. The pitch is going to be fouled away by Novak, staying alive at 1-2. We're in the top of the 4th inning. The number 3 seed, San Benito, trailing the number 4 seed, Valley Christian, 3-1. Runner on at first with 2 outs. Novak checks his swing. Did he go? No. He held up, and I think that's the correct call. Just held up. The count is 2-2.
Yeah, I think so as well. Good job by Novak right there in recognizing that pitch. It started low. Whenever it has that breaking ball spin, if it starts low, it's going to end low, and a good job in holding back by Novak.
Ocampo delivers, fouled away again. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at first for Valley Christian. Stainthorpe hasn't shown any indication he's going to run yet. He's got a good lead over there. Not going. The pitch outside. 3-2. Novak, good at bat here. Down in a 1-2 hole, and he's worked it now to a full count. So Stainthorpe's going to be on the move here. In fact, they're not even going to hold him on, or Guzman's going to back up a few steps and let Stainthorpe get in motion. And there he goes. And the pitch is going to be bounced foul, third base line.
Yeah, you said it, Jeff. Great at-bat by Novak right here. Fouling a couple tough pitches off. He was down in the count 0-2. Now it's a full count right now. And he's still looking fastball because he doesn't want to put him on with the leadoff hitter coming up next.
That's right. Keenan Brigman waiting in the wings. Runner goes. Full count. Struck him out swinging. Well, a good at-bat for Novak, but he is unable to get the result he was looking for, and Ocampo gets through the 4th. Strands a runner at first after a base hit, but fans 2 in the inning. We move to the bottom of the 4th inning. 3-1 is the score. San Benito is going to be sending up their 3, 4, and 5 hitters here in the bottom of the 4th. You're following the baseball today, the baseball action on this Saturday of Memorial Day weekend right here on CIF-Centralcoast.tv and YouTube.com/PlayOnNetwork, part of the Play On High School Sports Network.
You can watch highlights or a replay of today's game in our on-demand section. And you could also buy a DVD or Blu-ray of today's game right on our CIF-Central Coast.tv website. Click on Buy DVD and you could order today's game right now. Have a game that lasts a lifetime. Brought to you by CIF-Central Coast.tv.
Central Coast section thanks Rollins for its sponsorship. Rollins, the official baseball of the CCF.
Jeff Kurtz with Bo Fertig as we move to the bottom of the fourth inning. Tanasha, Ryan Jacob, Marcus Sabate are the three scheduled hitters for the Hay Balers. And the San Benito crowd, as we've reached the midpoint of this ball game, trying to fire up the troops.
San Benito hitless up to this point. Two runners have reached base due to being walked.
And that would be Josh George and Michael Breen. Breen in the first inning came around to score after a two-base error by Cameron Stewart on a pickoff play and then a ground out. Drove in the run. That RBI, the man at the plate, Tanasha. First pitch was in the dirt, ball one. And Warner is going to go out, give Stewart a fresh baseball, and have a little bit of a dialogue. In fact, he's holding on to the baseball. He hasn't given Stewart the baseball yet.
Not quite
You will
yet,
listen to me first, and then you will have your pearl.
When speaking to Coach Diata before the game, he talked about Cameron Stewart. If he could get his breaking ball over for strikes, he's going to have a good game, and that's what he's been doing up to this point. Because we've seen the velocity. I'm guessing mid-80s, maybe a little bit more, 85, 87. So when you bring that breaking ball over for a strike, it creates a lot of deception.
That pitch is inside, ball two.
Tanasha had a tough at-bat. His first at-bat, found a couple pitches off and finally got the ribby off that fielder's choice.
That pitch was a little up, but Tanasha fouls it off, 2-1.
Yeah, when you're that number 3 hitter and you get a high fastball, you're looking to rip it. That one a little tight, though. Didn't get around quick enough, got jammed. Looked like it might have been a 3-0 pitch or a 3-0 count, but nonetheless, it's 2-1. Still ahead of the count.
Pitch from Stewart is way in, almost hitting Tanasha, and the count is 3-1. I don't think Stewart is intentionally trying to get that close to Tanasha. You're up 3-1. You've retired the last 8 guys you've seen, and you don't want to put the leadoff man aboard when you've gotten the upper hand on San Benito, a team we've already beaten twice this year. The 3-1 pitch, a hitter's count. Up and in, ball 4. Third walk of the game issued by Stewart. And now the batter is Ryan Jacob, who grounded out to third base in his first opportunity. And we'll see if a bunt play might be on here, even though Jacob is the cleanup hitter. Or are we going to have a runner for Tanasha, the catcher?
Well,
we are.
Jacob came up in his oh, no, that was Sabate who bunted that one. But
yeah, Robert Soto is going to run for Tanasha. That's the option when you've got the catcher out there, is you can pinch run for him freely so he can get in the gear and get ready for the next inning.
Yeah, Jacob in his last at-bat attempted the bunt attempt with 2 outs, but the third baseman, Stainthorpe, made a nice play. I'm sure he'll be swinging away this time around with the runner on and no outs.
Not a big lead for Soto. He's 2 steps off the bag. First pitch from Stewart. There's a bunt. It is down. It is playable. Throw over to first base. Nice job. Sacrifice bunt works. Soto over to second base. 5-3 on the putout.
A bit unusual to see your cleanup hitter square around to bunt in his first 2 at-bats.
In a tight game, though, like this, you want to get the guy over. And if you can get another run here and make it 3-2 at the end of 4, that's something you take. And Marcus Sabate, who grounded out to second base in his first at-bat, now up. Soto, pinch running for Tanasha, is on at second base. big lead at second base either. This one fouled away behind home plate. 0-1.
I do understand the concept of getting runners over in scoring position, but usually the cleanup hitter is he's usually your best batter, the best stick. And when you take the bat out of his hands, it kind of plays in his mental game somewhat.
Here's a throw to second base. Soto is there easily as Brigman coming across. Doesn't even have an opportunity to put down a tag.
Stewart does a really good job of keeping the runners close to the bag. Has a relatively quick move.
The 0-1 from Stewart. In the dirt, 1-1. You know, sometimes Stewart will bend his back a little bit more,
right.
And when he does that, that's a tip that he's going to get a breaking ball. He's done that a couple times. He got Breen last inning by bending his back and throwing the breaking ball like that when he's looking to get a little bit of extra bite on it. And that time the bite ended up in the dirt. Soto a short lead. Here's the 1-1. That's bounced up the middle. It's going to be playable for Brigman. He's going to have to hustle, throw over, and gets the out. Running to third base on the play is Soto. 2 down in the inning, and the batter is Jose Guzman, who popped to first in his first at-bat. But a base hit here, which would be the first of the game for San Benito, will drive in a run.
Number 24, first baseman, Jose Guzman.
So runner at third for San Benito in the bottom of the 4th inning. Stewart's pitch, curveball, fouled away. The batters are just getting a little bit under that breaking ball. I'll tell you what, Stewart being so tall, I think that's throwing them off with a release point a little bit because they're dipping the back shoulder, and that's causing him to pop the ball up.
Right, and the ball's getting there a little quicker, too, because of his stretch.
Stewart working from the stretch. This one in there for strike 2 at the knees. Guzman doesn't like that call, but now he's in trouble, 0-2.
Yeah, once again, mixing pitches up well. Starts him off with a breaking ball for the first strike, comes back with the hard stuff.
You know, I'm thinking if Soto got a slightly larger lead there, they're not holding him on. If the ball gets by the catcher Warner, he's got a shot at home plate. This one is in the dirt. Warner does a nice job of blocking it.
Great job by Warner. That ball bounced in front of the plate, squared up nicely, and kept the ball in front of him. I don't think Warner's let a ball get by him all game.
He is not. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the inning. Warner sets up outside. The pitch. Strike 3 called. Right in the glove. What a pitch by Stewart, ends the inning. That is his 4th K, and that's how he closes both the the second, third, and 4th innings with strikeouts. We move to the top of the 5th inning. Your score, Valley Christian 3, San Benito 1 in this Division I championship game in the Central Coast section, live on CIF-Centralcoast.tv.
Looking for a great place to advertise your business while reaching the greater high school community? Then you want to advertise on CIF-Centralcoast.tv. We have great rates for your business while giving you the opportunity to get your message out to a very important demographic. For more information, give us a call at 619-677-3246. Once again, that number is 619-677-3246.
Well, as we move to the top of the 5th inning, it'll be the top of the order for Valley Christian. Keenan Brigman, Bryant Park, and Bryson Brigman to face Ocampo, who's done a solid job for San Benito, keeping him close in this game.
Number 6, left fielder, Keenan Brigman.
Brigman 0 for 2 in the game, struck out in the first, grounded to short in the second. Now up again in the 5th. Pitcher warming up in the San Benito bullpen. This is a curveball that doesn't curve very much. Brigman takes high, ball 1. So San Benito getting some people active down there, just in case Ocampo were to falter in the 5th. He's done a good job, though, in the game. 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, a lot of groundouts. Breaking ball again misses, same spot, high, 2-0.
And when fatigue starts setting in, Jeff, that breaking ball breaks less and gets up in the zone, and we've seen that on his last 2 pitches.
The 2-0 to Brigman, who's going to take a strike on the inside corner, 2-1. Not a bad idea, though, by the leadoff hitter. Wait till you get a strike, especially if you've been struggling to get on base a little bit.
Right, and a pitch you could hit as well. That was actually a good spot for Ocampo, down and low.
That one is going to be bounced to the second baseman, playable on the second hop for Sabate. Throws over and gets Brigman, 1 down. Bryant Park, the batter, 1 for 2 with a run scored. Infield single in the first, grounder to short in the second.
Number 32, first baseman, Bryant Park.
Bryson Brigman on deck.
After getting ahead in his last 4 batters faced, falls behind in his last 2. Now evens the count, back at 1-1.
Nice job by Ocampo. A ball and a strike. Outfield shading, Park to right. Park going to drop a bunt down, and it's a beauty down the third base line, and he's going to be on. Second infield hit for Park. What a great bunt. That ball just died on this thick grass here in the infield at San Jose Municipal Stadium.
And he stayed with that pitch all the way. It was a breaking ball, outside breaking ball. It's easy to come off that when you're butting, but stayed with it all the way to the last minute and put it down nicely. Catcher had no chance at that.
Nice job by the first baseman Guzman just to smother that one hopper from Tanasha. Brigman the batter, single to center, and a fly out to left. And now we've got a conversation. I wonder if Coach Aviles is asking for an interference call on the batter with interfering with his catcher. I'm not quite sure what the dialogue is about, or maybe running inside the baseline. It's not a heated dialogue, but it's certainly an earnest one. Avila's looked like he's just looking for some information. Not sure if he likes the result, but everyone has said their piece. Runner on first, 1 out for Valley Christian. We've had a runner on in the last 2 innings. And now the batter is Brigman with McGrew on deck. Throw over, quick throw, nice play by Guzman. Back is Park. Ocampo's going to step off. And now the Aviles is going to come out and talk to Ocampo. I don't know if this is by design. San Benito's had a pitcher warming up in the bullpen for a little while now, and this might just be a strategy session, Bo, more than anything else.
Yeah, well, the last couple batters he's faced, he's gotten the ball up in the zone. He's fallen behind. Facing the number 3 batter, he just wants to make sure everyone's on the same page with a runner at first.
And could be a key runner as well. You want to make sure, given that San Benito has yet to muster a hit against Cameron Stewart, you want to keep this a 3-1 ball game. And now Ocampo is going to come out.
That's an interesting series of events. Right
Yeah,
there
a long conversation.
by Coach Aviles.
Yeah, well, Ocampo does a good job. He's got a runner on that he's accountable for. But he comes in a jam in the first and gets out of it without any more damage for San Benito, and then works a scoreless second, third, and fourth. So he will finish with 3 innings worked. And now the new pitcher coming into the game for San Benito.
Yeah, Coach Aviles couldn't ask for much more from Ocampo. After coming in with a guy in second and third, walks the first batter, then doubles the second batter up, and then throws those couple scoreless innings to keep his team in the game. And Ocampo, I'm sure, didn't expect to come in that early. And
well, now Skylar Fuss is going to come in to pitch, the right-hander, taking his warm-up tosses. So you can't quite completely close the book on Ocampo because he's still responsible for the runner at first base, Bryant Park. But he does pitch 3 innings, giving up only 2 hits, 2 strikeouts, and a walk. And did a good job, a solid job for Sam Benito. So now it's up to Fuss, who is coming in here in the top of the 5th inning with his team trailing 3-1, but trying to keep it right at that deficit.
Yeah, this game could have been over quickly if it wasn't for Ocampo coming in strong. Now it's up to Fuss to shut it down to keep this deficit to only 2, but he's facing the meat of their lineup right now. They're 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up with 1 out, and all 3 of those hitters have gotten good hacks at the ball today. And in that first inning, it's pretty much the guys that started it off with 5 consecutive hits. And with Brigman coming up, their number 3 hitter, we'll see how Fuss handles him.
Well, Brigman 1 for 2 in the game with a run scored. Runner on at first, and Fuss will be working out of the stretch. 7 hits in the ball game now for Valley Christian. Fuss comes to the plate with a breaking ball on the first pitch and misses 1-0. Outfield shading Valley Christian to right. Big gap in left center. Double play depth for the middle infield. The third baseman, Slibsager, about a step back from the bag at third. Fastball at the knees, strike 1.
This is a good pitch right here to have the runner on first go in motion, get the defense moving around, create some open holes for their number 3 hitter.
The signs being relayed from the dugout. Third base coach just checked his watch for the time. I don't know if he's got a dinner reservation he's late for, but he is not flashing any signs down in the third base box. The 1-1 pitch coming from Fuss. Runner stays. The pitch outside. Ball 2. 2-1.
Well, it's about that time for Coach Diata to break this one open. Looking for a big hit from his number 3 hitter.
The sophomore is going to bounce one foul twice. Coming and going. Hit it in the front part, and then on the follow-through, the ball bounced back and hit him on the backswing. Hit the bat on the backswing.
Yeah,
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Park at first was running on that one as well.
So you wonder if the hit and run play was on there.
Or it might have been a straight steal because it was a good-looking pitch from Fuss. Nonetheless, evens the count up 2-2.
We'll see if Park goes in motion again or if he decides to stay tight with a 2-2 count on Brigman. Fuss delivers. That is going to be bounced in front of home plate. Only play is to first base. No, we got a foul ball. It must have hit behind the plate first before going forward.
I don't know how the umpire could have saw that.
That was a pretty good call right there.
Because Brigman was out in front on that pitch as well. He had his butt sticking out towards third baseline. It's never any good. You never get no power. All your power is taken away.
Well, nobody's complaining on the Valley Christian dugout, so our home plate umpire, Richard Vasquez, right on top of it. The 2-2 pitch is ripped down the line, but well foul. Nice look by Brigman, but the count stays 2-2. Though,
and Tonasha goes out and says,
let's talk about that one for just a minute. I don't think we want a fastball in. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Nice looking swing by Brigman right there. Just couldn't keep it in between the lines. A little out in front on that last pitch.
Short lead, Park over at first base. The 2-2 delivery, breaking ball slapped to the second baseman, could be 2. Quick toss for 1 over to first, not in time. The fielder's choice, nice hustle down the line by Brigman. 2 down in the inning, 4-6 on the out at second base. Park retired. And the batter is Nick McGrew, who's 1 for 2 in the game with an RBI and a run scored. Singled in the first inning, popped to short in the third.
That one turned nicely by Sabate and Breen, but Brigman with his speed got down the first baseline quickly and barely beat that one out.
The ball was not hit that hard. It was going to be tough to make that double play happen. The second baseman, McGrew, digs in. Fuss to the plate, bounce to the third baseman, and he's going to go the short way to second base is Slibsager to Sabate, and that retires Brigman, the final out of the top half of the 5th inning. So you can close the book officially on Anthony Ocampo. He does his job, does not give up any runs. Fuss comes in, also does his job, retiring the 2 batters he faces. And we move to the bottom of the 5th with the score. Valley Christian leading it 3-1 over San Benito in this Division I championship game.
Want to have your game broadcast live on the internet and be able to watch it again and again on demand while making money for your sports program? Want to give your students the opportunity to create their own broadcast for your school's athletic events? Then contact us at info@kbcsports.com. We offer season packages for schools, a full curriculum for your students, and an opportunity to raise up to $10,000 for your sports program. That's right, I said $10,000 for your sports program. Again, that's info@kbcsports.com, or call us at 619-677-3246. One more time, that number, 619-677-3246, for an opportunity to raise up to $10,000 for your sports program.
Craig Slibsager to lead off for San Benito in the bottom of the 5th inning, to be followed by Anthony Ocampo. At least he's scheduled, though we see out in the on-deck circle Skylar Fuss and then Daniel Gonzalez. So we'll see if it is going to be Ocampo or if it will be Fuss instead. Slibsager steps in 0 for 1, caught looking in the 2nd inning. His only at-bat. Stewart has been working well in this game. This one is fouled away. No balls and a strike.
Once again, it's that first pitch breaking ball, getting it over for a strike. Coach Diata said to us earlier today, if he's going good, that breaking ball is going to be in the zone today.
Curveball bounced up the middle, playable, slow roller, hustling, McGrew, throw in time. Boy, McGrew has made several nifty plays. That is a tough one in particular. Charging in, running away from the play, throwing across his body. Had to throw back toward the first baseman, Bryant Park, and get Slibsager for the first out.
The arm strength it takes to throw across your body, running away from first. Great athletic play by McGrew, who's made a few dazzling plays thus far today.
Skylar Fuss is going to be batting for Ocampo, who finishes the day 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And this ball is fouled deep down the left field line. Wow. Skylar Fuss.
Hello.
That is making your presence known immediately, though with a foul ball. And Stewart says, let me take a moment and get another baseball, just in case. 1 out in the inning, bottom of the 5th. Fuss to be followed by Daniel Gonzalez. These are the 8-9 spots in the order right now for San Benito. The 0-1 curveball ripped to third, a couple of hops for the third baseman, Stainthorpe, long throw, and easily retired is Fuss. Another man out for Stewart, who's pitching an outstanding game. Daniel Gonzalez, the batter, 0 for 1 with a fly out to right.
Yeah, he's keeping these batters off balance, mixing up his pitches well.
Well, and they're not getting really solid swings where they're squaring up with the baseball. I mean, Fuss, that was a wicked foul ball down the line, but that's just a strike.
Yeah, last 5 batters have kept the ball in field.
Outside ball 1. 4 strikeouts in the game against 3 walks for Stewart. It's been the only blemish on his record. This one inside corner for a strike.
And you know what? When you're around the plate, you'll get those calls every once in a while. It's the erratic pitchers that won't get those close calls. That's why pitchers like Greg Maddux were so successful, because they always stayed around the strike zone.
This pitch is a curveball low. The count is 2-1. Yeah, it was Maddox and Tom Glavine in particular were the kind of pitchers where they'd throw it on the black, then a little bit off, then a little bit off, then a little bit off. And some umpires would joke, suddenly you're in the dugout calling strikes, and then the minute you would call it a ball, they'd go right back to the black again and keep working their way out until they got another ball called. This pitch is popped in the air and playable for the catcher, Warner, for the 3rd out of the inning. Stewart continues to roll. 1, 2, 3 go the Hay Balers in the bottom of the 5th. As we move to the top of the 6th inning, the score remains as it has been since the end of the 1st. 3-1. Valley Christian leading it here in the Division I championship game. You're following the action on the Play On High School Sports Network. 2 places you can watch, folks. YouTube.com/PlayOnNetwork and CIF-CentralCoast.tv.
We've got baseball for you all Memorial Day weekend. After all the action today in the Central Coast section, we head to Sacramento for the Sac Joaquin Section Baseball Championships on Monday, May 28th. Game coverage starts at noon on CIF-SacJoaquin.tv. Once again, at noon at CIF-SacJoaquin.tv. Put the game on and follow the hardball action all weekend. Brought to you by Play On Sports and the Play On High School Sports Network.
Colin Warner, Cameron Stewart, Theron Kay are the 3 batters due up for Valley Christian in the top of the 6th inning. I do not foresee an instance where Stewart will have a pinch hitter for him. That kid is pitching a great game. Warner, 1 for 2, 2 RBI in the 1st inning on a single to left, and then a ground out to second base in the 3rd. Skylar Fuss came in with a runner on first last inning and got a couple of fielder's choice outs to end the 5th. The top half of the 5th, that is, as Warner comes up in the top of the 6th. 3 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for Valley Christian. 1 run, no hits, 1 error for San Benito through 5. And a strike from Fuss to Warner on the first pitch. That one fouled away into the top row of the bleachers and then bounces all the way down to the bottom, and a fan makes a nice backhanded catch on that. Nice job. And throws it into the San Benito dugout because you hang on to the baseballs here at the high school level. Did you see the play the other day where the fan in Cincinnati caught 2 home run balls on 2 consecutive batters?
One with one hand and one with the other.
That's where you either play the lottery after that, as this one's going to be banged into right center field for a leadoff single for Colin Warner. You're either playing the lottery after that or you're avoiding all thunderstorms. Warner's got his 2nd hit of the game, and now Stewart is the batter. Stewart has a hit in this one, 1 for 2.
Stewart's been hitting the ball nicely today, actually. Even in his 2nd at-bat, he lined out to the shortstop. Before that, ripped a nice one down the left field line. And he's actually using a lot of the field, because in his first at-bat, he hit a couple down the 3rd baseline, then ripped a couple down the right field line. So using a lot of the field, Warner is, and just his tall frame, if he gets a good piece of the ball, it's going to go places.
Thomas Talley is in the ball game now for Colin Warner to run. Again, the catcher being substituted for a free substitution. And now Stewart will step in for the left-hand side. He had a couple of nice rips on Ocampo in his last at-bat. Fuss giving up his first base hit. Now Stewart turns to bunt. and pulls back, ball one. Tanasha was going to throw down to first base, but Stewart was standing right in the way, and not easy to throw around or over him. Stewart squares and bunts it foul straight back, and the count is even at 1-1. So you can see clearly what the strategy is here for Valley Christian. If they can get another insurance run and get a runner in scoring position with one out, they will take it.
Slipsager charging down that third baseline, though. Wouldn't be surprised to see Stewart square around and kind of slap one down that third baseline, because he's a few feet off that third baseline, giving it to him if he wants it.
The pitch popped in the air, left field, tailing into foul territory, and will land in the first row of the bleachers.
Nice
Down
stroke,
there on the
though.
left field sign, yeah. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That one was creeping towards the left field wall, out of play, but nonetheless got a good piece of it and tried to poke it down that third baseline, just got a little under it. And that third baseman is going to be scooting back a little bit more on this 1-2 pitch.
Stewart looking down for the sign. Over at first, Talley running for Warner after the single by Warner. Fuss delivers and misses low. 2-2.
Nice pitch, but better eye right there by Stewart. Has great control and command of the strike zone and a great eye at the plate.
This pitch bounced foul down the third base line. You know, I've been impressed with Stewart's ability to go the opposite way if he needs to, and that was a nice inside outswing on an inside pitch, and he's able to foul it down the line.
Yeah, he's put a couple nice swings together in this ball game. Has a single in his first at bat and hit a soft liner to the shortstop.
I just noticed Stewart's wearing almost like one of those play wristbands that you see quarterbacks wear in the NFL. So he's looking down. So maybe they're doing the signs that way as opposed to actually flashing him from the third base box. He's going to swing and miss for strike 3. Nice pitch by Fuss, and there's one down. And the batter is Theron Kay, who has reached on a walk and struck out in this game, 0 for 1.
A big first out by Fuss after Warner got on with a base hit. Came back after being down and strikes out Stewart for the first out.
Kay will step in from the left-hand side. Warner gets his lead over at first. One down in the inning, top of the 6th. The pitch, outside ball 1. Slipsager really in on the grass at third, thinking that Kay is going to bunt. Stainthorpe on deck.
Kay is their DH hitter, so he's in this ball game because of his stick. I'd be really surprised if he laid one down right here with one out.
Fuss is going to throw over it. It almost gets away from Guzman. That would be huge. But Guzman, a nice play, reaching across the base runner to make the grab. You know, playing first base and getting that pickoff is not as easy as it looks. And you really have to concentrate, and sometimes the pitcher will fire it over there at you. You've got to be ready to move quickly. Runner goes, a swing and a miss, but the ball gets away from Tanasha. And so down to second base goes Talley. That's a pass ball there as the count now 1-1. Tanasha couldn't handle the exchange.
Yeah, it looked like he tried to come up with that ball a little too quickly before he had it. And that swing might have created a little bit of distraction as well. And Talley over to 2.
So now an RBI opportunity for Kay. With a 1-1 pitch, Fuss is going to step off. Tally at second.
Breen shadowing Tally at second, leaving that 5.5 hole open.
The pitch is fouled off, 1-2. Well, Fuss could get another strikeout here and help his cause. That would be big. If you can avoid letting Kay put the ball in play. It limits the advantage of moving Tally over from second base to third. Here's a pickoff at second. It's going to go off Breen's glove, but not very far. Sabate is there. And boy, right now, San Benito trying to keep runners close, but living kind of dangerously. I mean, you don't have to throw over there, and it's not like the lead that Tally was getting was enormous. And if you throw the ball away, Tally gets to third or maybe worse. 3-1 is our score, and it has been that way since the first inning.
And Tally's really not getting that big of a lead.
No, so and now it's even shorter. Fuss a couple of looks, comes to the plate, swing and a miss, strike three. Nice job, Tanasha, to block it and dig it out of the dirt and then tag out Kay. So 2 down on 2 strikeouts for Fuss, and the batter is Evan Stainthorpe with a runner in scoring position. He had a single in his last at-bat to center field. He also grounded into a double play in the first inning, 1 for 2.
Tanasha doing a great job behind the plate. Like you said, kept that ball in front of him after it bounced in the dirt and tagged the runner out. Nice heads-up play by the catcher.
First pitch, Stainthorpe looks at one low and away for ball 1. Activity in the San Benito pen again. That has been a very active location in this ball game. Fuss's 1-0 pitch. Bounced into the hole at short. Long throw for Breen. Guzman digs it out. Nice play.
Great play.
That ends the inning. Wow. Breen, what an arm on that kid. And a great play by the first baseman, Jose Guzman, ends the top of the 6th inning. No score, a man stranded for Valley Christian in the top half of the 6th. We move to the bottom half of the 6th. It remains 3-1 in this Division I championship game. San Benito, a big huddle right in front of their dugout right now, trying to get their bats fired up. We'll see if they do in the bottom of the 6th.
KBCSports.com and the Play On Sports Network showcase great high school games every week. And now you can access our content using multiple platforms. Follow us on Facebook, get the latest KBC and Play On news on Twitter, or catch our highlights in high definition on YouTube. All of our content can now link to your favorite social media sites. Share all the high school action you see every week. Brought to you by your home for high school sports, KBCSports.com and Play On Sports.
Jeff Kurtz alongside Bo Fertig. Robert Fields providing all the video for you this evening here at San Jose Municipal Stadium, home of the San Jose Giants. We are in the the bottom of the 6th inning, and the batters will be Josh George, Michael Breen, and Jacob Tanasha. The 1, 2, and 3 hitters for San Benito, a team that is, according to their head coach Billy Aviles, had been hitting the ball well, and then they ran into Cameron Stewart, who has limited them in this ball game. Goose egg in the hits column on the scoreboard out in right center field here at the Muni. First pitch to George is a curveball in there for a strike. George 0 for 1. A walk, a stolen base in his last at-bat, was stranded at third, got there after a wild pitch. Advanced him from second to third. He also grounded to second base in the first inning. Curveball, bounce to the right-hand side. Stewart's going to get it on a couple of hops. Underhand toss over to the first baseman, Park. 1 down.
Stewart is in cruise control right now. San Benito just unable to square up on pitches. And it's because he's been mixing the pitches really well. Fastball, curveball, curveball, fastball, changeup. just to throw it in to keep the hitters off balance. He's done a good job.
Breen, the batter, 0 for 1. Reached on a walk and scored in the first inning. Struck out in his last at-bat. Long foul down the right side, strike one. Tanasha on deck.
It's the third time around for these San Benito hitters. Have a better idea of what's coming.
The pitch from Stewart showing bunt, and taking low is Breen. That brings in Stainthorpe from third base a little bit. The 1-1 delivery from Stewart. Another breaking ball. Strike two. Crowd for San Benito doesn't like that call, but you talked about it an inning or so ago, Bo. If you've been around the strike zone, you're going to get a couple of calls that some people might consider questionable from time to time.
And that
because
pitch
you're locating well.
Looked good from our angle. It looked like it crossed the plate.
The 1-2 delivery. Bounce to the shortstop. Deep in the hole, Brigman. Long throw against the speedy Breen. Got him. San Benito claiming that Park got pulled off the bag, but
looked like his heel might have came off right there.
Maybe, but our first base umpire, Ed Costa, says no, that is an out.
Yeah, the ball definitely beat him there.
And there are two down in the inning, and the batter is Tanasha, who has an RBI on a ground out in the first inning, and he walked in his last at-bat. The runner for him, Soto, was stranded at third base in the fourth. Two down. San Benito crowd with a chant of "Let's go Baylors." For Hey Baylors, this is a pitch up and in, ball one on the breaking ball. 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for Valley Christian. 1 run, no hits, 1 error for San Benito. We are in the bottom of the 6th with 2 down, nobody on. That pitch is low and in, ball 2. Stewart can go the full 7 innings. He is not pitched this week, so there is no limit.
It's the same
through 7 innings for him.
Same position Tanasha was in last at bat. Ahead of the count, 2-0.
Pitch from Stewart. A strike at the knees, 2-1.
Once again, Stewart comes back with a quality pitch. Down low, staying out of the powerhouse of Tanasha.
Tanasha takes his time, steps back in. Stewart gets the sign from Warner and delivers. That one is fisted on a pitch up. Fisted foul, 2-2. All 2s on the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A 2-run deficit right now for San Benito. They came up short last year in the championship game, 5-4 against Palo Alto. In a game that started late and went past midnight. Here's the 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3 on an outstanding curveball.
That breaking ball.
Wow, that is the 4th inning out of 6 that Stewart has ended on a strikeout.
Yeah, that breaking ball has been money for him all day. He doesn't really have a go-to pitch because both of his pitches have been working very well. His command has been solid and just really keeping the hitters off balance all day.
We have completed 6 at San Jose Municipal Stadium. We are coming to the final inning of the Central Coast Section baseball season. Top of the 7th coming up. Valley Christian continues to lead 3-1.
Need a highlight video for your athlete working to earn that 4-year scholarship? Then you want to contact kbcsports.com. We can provide recruiting video for any athlete in any sport. Not only that, but we give you your own recruiting page right on our website. No more mailing DVDs to colleges. Instead, email coaches the link to your personal page. For more information, including pricing, contact us at recruits@kbcsports.com or call us at that number 619-677-3246. Once again, that number is 619-677-3246, or you could contact us at recruits@kbcsports.com.
Skylar Fuss back out there again. He's gone an inning and 2/3 already. Has yielded just 1 hit, struck out 2, walked none. He will be facing the number 9, 1, and 2 hitters in the Valley Christian order, Bryce Novak. Then rotating back to the top, Keenan Brigman and Bryant Park. And actually, we might have a pinch hitter for Bryce Novak, who's 0 for 2 in the game. Novak was warming up in the on-deck circle, but instead, Andrew Losella is going to come in to replace him. So Novak's day is done, at least at the plate. Andrew Losella in the ball game to face Skylar Fuss. And Valley Christian, with their last at-bat here in this game, at least through regulation, looking to get another run or two if they can. Fuss starts Losella out with a fastball in the outside corner for strike 1.
It's always tough to come off the bench in a pinch-hitting situation because you've been cold majority of the game.
That one is outside, 1-1.
But if Losella can get on, that'll be a runner on with their top of the lineup coming up.
Losella looking at an outfield shading him the opposite way, and he's going to fist one down the line to third. Slibsager, long throw. Guzman can't hang on to the baseball. An error on the first baseman, who double checks the webbing just to make sure he doesn't have a technical malfunction with his gear. He does not. And there's a leadoff man aboard for Valley Christian in the top of the 7th.
Tough break for San Benito right there. Great play by Slibsager. Just unable to bring it in. That's tough right there.
Now Novak is on to run for Losella. It's a pretty good stunt double you got there for you. Losella gets on, you get to run the bases. And now Keenan Brigman 0 for 3 on the day at the plate. Fuss is going to throw over, and Novak in easily. Second error of the game for San Benito. And if you're a San Benito fan, you're hoping it doesn't come back to haunt the hay balers. Here's a bunt, and that pitch is going to be what? A strike?
Foul ball.
Well, I think Brigman was saying, hey, I got hit, but the umpire is saying you made an attempt for the baseball, though.
Well, it definitely hit him. And Brigman's saying it hit him, but the umpire's saying it hit the bat, I believe.
Either that, or if he made the attempt at it and then it hit you as it went by because you missed the ball, well, too bad. That's a strike.
Either way, he's still at the plate, down 0-1.
Runner at first, nobody out. Double play depth, middle infield. Breen at short, Sabate at second. Cheating in at third is Slibsager. He's on the grass. Fuss, here's the pitch. It's a bunt. It's down. Fuss has got one play. He yields to his catcher. Got to hurry, and boy, they get him by a step. Brigman jamming down the line. Nice throw by Tanasha. Over to second base goes Novak, and there's a runner in scoring position on the sacrifice bunt. 2-3 on the putout.
Nice communication right there from Tanasha to call off Fuss, because Fuss was coming towards the ball, would have had to pick it up and throw across his body. And instead, Tanasha was running towards the ball, had his momentum going towards first, and made the nice play.
Bryant Park at the plate. He's got 2 infield singles on the game, 2 for 3. He's scored a run. He's got a runner in scoring position, a big run out there, potentially, in the form of Bryce Novak at second base. 1 out in the inning. Top of the 7th. Fuss comes to the plate and gets Park indecisive. Tried to hold up his swing, and he'd already committed. 0-1.
It's like, yes, it looks good. Yes, yes, yes. No.
Oh, but it's too late.
Looks so good coming out of the hand. Great deception right there by Skylar Fuss in painting that outside corner. If it was an inside pitch, too, he would have had enough time to turn on it. Park would have, but because it was on the outside, good location, had Park out in front.
Still some activity in the San Benito bullpen. Fuss comes to the belt and goes low, 1-1. Nice stop by Tanasha. We've seen some very good play behind the plate today. A lot of catchers. Boy, you could see the work these kids have done to get good at blocking balls in the dirt, which is not an easy skill to learn. But These kids, all day long, Divisions 1, 2, and 3 have been on top of it. We've seen a few get away from some catchers, but boy, not for lack of effort. This pitch is in the dirt again, and Park waves at that one. Again, nice block by Tanasha. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, when you talk about leading the defense on the baseball diamond, it's the catcher. The catcher really is the quarterback. He leads this defense, and with all this room in the backstop, you need a good catcher because if the ball gets by, that player is easily getting 1, if not 2.
Fuss checks second, breaking ball well outside, and this time Park able to keep from swinging at the baseball. 2-2. Outfield is playing pretty deep out there in left. Wow, Jacob is way back there. Center fielder George shading to right. The 2-2 pitch. High in the air in the infield. Playable. Breen is actually standing right at second base and then finally backs up a few steps and makes the play. 2 down. And the batter is Bryson Brigman. 1 for 3 in the game. A single, a run scored. Last time up. Grounded into his fielder's choice. And they're going to intentionally walk Brigman. So Brigman is ushered the free pass. The batter is Nick McGrew. I'm kind of surprised by that play. McGrew's got an RBI base hit. He grounded into a fielder's choice at last at bat, but he looks like a pretty dangerous hitter. Not that Brigman is not, but I'm just surprised. You've already got 2 outs in the inning, but I guess they're trying to set up the easy force out, and on top of that, Fuss's day is done. Nice job by Skylar Fuss, responsible for 2 base runners out there right now.
Yeah, it's really choose your poison.
I guess so.
For San Benito.
Fuss goes 2 1/3 innings. Yields just 1 hit, strikes out 2. Issues the intentional walk. And that's it, but he's responsible for 2 runners. So the Hay Balers are now sending Cody Gessel to the mound, the senior, the 4th pitcher of the game for San Benito. So Gessel, the right-hander, out there to face Nick McGrew. And I guess the saving grace there, Bo, and you mentioned it a moment ago here, is that you've got a force out anywhere, and so that makes your options a little bit easier. But
yeah, one of the reasons why San
Benito,
pick
your poison, I think you said, correct?
Yeah, well, one of the reasons why San Benito's stayed within this game is because their relief pitchers have come in and got the guys out. They've hit the strike zone, and because of it, they're only down 3-1. Now with the number 5 hitter up right now, Gessel looks to come back.
Number 4 hitter, actually, McGrew. He's in the cleanup spot, yep.
That's right.
Well, only 3 hits since the first inning for Valley Christian, so you're absolutely right. A stellar job by the relief corps for San Benito. It's just, unfortunately for Hay Balers fans, the starting pitcher for Valley Christian, Cameron Stewart, has been more than up to the task. But this is critical here, given that San Benito has been struggling to get hits off of Stewart, that Gessel comes in and keeps everybody where they are and records the 3rd out of the inning without giving up any more runs. You cannot give yourself a 3-run deficit, given that the only run you've managed to scratch out was in the first inning, and you have yet to garner a hit. So on at second base is Novak. Over at first base, Brigman. Both runners on. Neither one was able to get a base hit. Lasella had actually batted for Novak, but Novak can come back in to run for him and reached on an error. Brigman issued the intentional pass. McGrew, the batter, again 1 for 3 with a run scored in the game. That was back in the first inning. He has an RBI as well. And looking for another one here. A base knock might get it done. Force out at any base for San Benito with 2 down. And Gessel called in from the pen. See if we can extinguish this threat. Gessel's first pitch. Low, ball 1.
Tough situation to come in right here. Facing the cleanup hitter and a runner on first and second. A lot of pressure on a young pitcher like this.
Gessel checks second. And is low again, 2-0. Well, the one good thing for Gessel is that even if he manages to walk, or happens to walk McGrew, trying to find his location, no damage is done. You just now have a force-out option at home plate as well. But with 2 down in the inning, the infielder is going to take the easiest base. But a hitter's count here for McGrew is going to be sitting on a fastball down the middle of the plate at 2-0. Gessel comes to the plate and low again. And now Tanasha is going to go out and talk to his pitcher.
Do you give him the 3-0 green light?
I don't think so. Warner is more than capable. He's got 2 hits in the game, 1 to left, 1 to right, 2 for 3. If McGrew gets on and everyone moves up 90 feet, all the better. Then maybe you can get a run on an error, as opposed to if McGrew swings away on 3-0 and doesn't get a good cut at the ball.
Right. Well, and he really hasn't seen Gessel all the way up to this point, so I would be giving the red light as well.
All these pitches have been low. The 3-0, that's right down the middle of the plate, and McGrew takes 3-1. Yeah, and plus you don't want to get your hitter in an over-anxious situation where,
right,
even though that was right down the middle of the plate and would have been a fine pitch to swing on, you don't want him trying to make a play and swinging at a ball outside the strike zone and give the pitcher a free strike when he's trying to find his location. But here, though, he's swinging 3-1, unless it's in the dirt, which it is, and the bases are now loaded. San Benito's got somebody else warming up at the bullpen as well, just in case. The bases are full of Valley Christian Warriors wearing dark blue jerseys, and the batter is the catcher, Colin Warner. Again, 2 for 3. A base hit could cement this game for Valley Christian.
Back-to-back walks have walked the bases loaded.
From the full windup now, Gessel, and he misses inside. Ball 1. Of his 6 pitches, 5 of them have been outside of the strike zone. And you can bet Warner would be happy to go the easy way on this and force in a run with a walk. That one is in there for a strike, 1-1. Warner takes his time. Infield and outfield shading him the opposite way to right field. The 1-1 delivery. Curveball in there for strike 2.
Went with the breaking ball to get that first strike across.
Nice pitch.
Sometimes when your fastball is not working, if you want to get on top to bring it down, you just switch the arm, and breaking ball is always that nice adjustment.
Warner now in the hole. Gessel looking to get out of this. Oh, and he almost hits Warner. The curveball didn't break all that much, and Warner just got out of the way, 2-2. I think Gessel is breathing a sigh of relief right now, because if Warner leaned into it a little bit, he probably would be on at first base.
Just as good as a hit right now with the bases loaded, Jeff.
The 2-2 pitch, fastball, low and away, and Warner able to hold up. So a 3-2 count. The runners will be moving with 2 outs. A walk will drive in a run. Warner has 2 runs batted in this game already. Gessel gets the sign. The pitch. Up the middle towards the shortstop. Breen is going to go to first base, and that'll do it in the top of the 7th inning. San Benito fans, relax. After they had the bases loaded with 2 outs, Valley Christian comes away empty, 6-3 on the putout. We move to the bottom of the 7th inning, the payoff half inning. Will Valley Christian get it done? Right now they lead it 3-1 here in this Division I championship game.
Once again, the relief pitchers for San Benito coming in crucial situations and shutting down the offense of Valley Christian. You can watch highlight or replay of today's game in our on-demand section. You could also buy a DVD or Blu-ray of today's game right on our CIF-Central-Coast.tv. Click on Buy DVD, and you can order today's game right now. Have a game that lasts a lifetime. Brought to you by CIF-Central-Coast.tv.
San Benito has scheduled to hit their number 4, 5, and 6 hitters, Ryan Jacob, Marcus Sabate, and Jose Guzman. Jacob 0 for 1 in the game with a sacrifice bunt. Sabate 0 for 2, Guzman 0 for 2. Only 3 base runners in the game for San Benito, all courtesy of walks, but they have no hits. And Stewart looking to close out what would be a gem here if he can hold off San Benito for another 3 outs. Valley Christian looking for their first title since 2008. San Benito was here last year and came up 1 run short. And they need to get the base runner on here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Jacob steps in from the right-hand side. Everyone playing him straight away. He grounded to third, and then we mentioned that sacrifice bunt. He will not be bunting here, you would expect. This pitch is inside, ball 1. San Benito needs a lot of base runners, Bo.
Yep, up to this point, Stewart has been on cruise control.
The 1-0 pitch, low, 2-0, as a chant of "Let's Go Baylors" comes up from the San Benito faithful, trying to spark their team and maybe rattle Stewart a little bit.
Yeah, if you want to start the inning off, this will be the batter, Jacob, 4-5-6.
The 2-0 from Stewart is ripped to left field, but playable. Coming on and making the catch for the first out is the freshman, Keenan Brigman.
And Stewart with the 2-0 breaking ball. Jacob was looking fastball all the way, was out in front of that off the end of his bat. And Stewart, 2 outs left to end his high school career on a great note.
Sabate, 0 for 2. He's bounced to second and to short. Stewart's first pitch. Curveball, strike 1. That was a big first out there in the 7th. It's something that makes you relax a little bit as a pitcher, knowing you've got the leadoff man off there. The 0-1. 0-2.
Yeah, it could really change the complexion of the game. And not only that, but he's been pitching majority of the game through this full windup, and that can sometimes throw a pitcher off.
Yeah, when they have to go into the stretch. That's right. He's only had to do it a couple times, 3 times in this game. But now Sabate in a hole, 0-2. Fouls it, just gets a piece of it. He was right on top of it, too. That ball went straight back. You know, if it goes straight back over the catcher's head into the netting, that you just missed it by a touch. Otherwise, that's right back up the middle.
Yeah, Pete Rose said it best. The ball's round, the bat's round, but you got to square up on it to get it, hit it good.
The 0-2. Breaking ball, fouled away down the right field line. You could see Stewart bend his back a little bit more, get a little bit of effort on that curveball.
You know what? I've noticed that, and if you're watching at home, call in to San Benito right now, because every time he throws a breaking ball, he's bending his back. Fastball.
Outside corner, strike 3. Great pitch. Froze Sabate. 6th strikeout of the game for Stewart.
Might be a little too late, though, ladies and gentlemen.
Guzman representing the last hopes for San Benito. He is 0 for 2. Struck out looking in the 4th, popped to first in the 2nd inning.
Number 24, first baseman, Jose Guzman.
Guzman to the plate. All you need is 1 runner aboard, though, for this Hollister-based high school, and you're in business. You'd have the tying run coming to the plate, Craig Slibsager on deck.
All it takes is a bloop and a blast.
Guzman. The first pitch from Stewart. Curveball. Low, ball one. Valley Christian fans behind the third base dugout to our left-hand side on their feet, hoping this is the final out of the game. Curveball, yeah, it's a strike. Right on the outside corner. 1-1.
You know when a pitcher is behind an account and throws his breaking ball, he's feeling it.
The pitch is going to be fisted to second base on a liner, and the ball is caught by McGrew, and Valley Christian wins the game on a Cameron Stewart no-hitter.
Wow, what a way to go out if you're Cameron Stewart. A no-no in the championship game. If there's scouts out there, they had to be impressed by this young kid's velocity, control, and breaking ball all worked well today. He had it going for this Valley Christian team.
What a gem. What a gem by Cameron Stewart. He gets 3 runs in the first inning. He yields just 1 in the bottom half of the first, but he shuts out San Benito the rest of the way, and the hay balers are held hitless by the senior from Valley Christian.
One of the most difficult things to do in any sport, Jeff, is to throw a no-hitter because there's so many things that can happen in a ball game, but nonetheless, great composure from the senior who goes out on a high note.
What a way to end it, a high note. Boy, if you had told him before the game, hey, you're going to throw a no-hitter and win this, he would have looked at you like you're crazy. I'd just like to win it, period. But Valley Christian gets it done, their first title since 2008. We will be back with the CIF-Central Coast.tv post-game show in just a minute. We'll name our player of the game. That won't take us very long. And then we'll be back with that for you in just a moment. Again, your final score, 3-1 Valley Christian over San Benito. Back with more after this.
4th and 10 from the 41-yard line for St. Augustine. Kennedy dropping back to pass. Looking left. Firing, incomplete, intended for Noland. No penalty flags on the field. Mar Vista will take over on downs, and Jordan Lertique will take that knee. And the Mar Vista Mariners knock off the number 2 seeded St. Augustine Saints at Mesa College in a dominating performance on both sides of the football for Mar Vista. They trailed 14-0 and came back.
Again, down 2-0, facing adversity, and they've really just turned the table around since game number 3. Set an attack, great block made back inside the Maverick zone. A chance there by Bosback back inside the Maverick zone. Ball attacked there by...
Back here at CIF-Central Coast.tv, folks. Hope you enjoyed all the great baseball we saw today. Some outstanding games, a lot of drama. And then the night concludes with a no-hitter from Cameron Stewart. Your final totals, 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for Valley Christian in the win. 1 run, no hits, 2 errors for San Benito in the loss. This was earned and well-earned. Cameron Stewart, I mean, folks, this is a no-doubter. He is our CIF Central Coast.tv player of the game.
Great team effort, but it comes down to the individual play of Cameron Stewart. Once again, had the batters off balance all day long, throwing his breaking ball when he was down in the count, and whenever you could do that, the hitters don't know what's coming. His tall frame kept the batters off balance, and you can't say enough about this kid. That was a great effort, and he'll remember this for the rest of his life.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, boy, that's something. I'd be milking that when I'm 90. Yep, I threw a no-hitter in my championship game my senior year of high school. He's got graduation coming up as well. I don't think this could be scripted any better for Mr. Stewart. Meanwhile, a lot of credit goes to the Valley Christian Warriors jumping on top early, 5 consecutive hits in that first inning to get 3 runs, and then stellar defense behind Stewart as well. Nice plays made by Valley Christian throughout the game, Nick McGrew in particular at second base.
Right, that really got him going, the top of the first. Those 5 consecutive hits, and it took out it took out San Benito's top pitcher at the beginning of the game, so that kind of threw them in a loop as well. But in order to get a no-hitter, you have to have great defense behind you, like you said. And Valley Christian did a great job of that all game long.
Well, folks, that's going to wrap it for us here at San Jose Municipal Stadium as we conclude 9.5 hours of baseball, folks. But we've got more baseball coming your way on Monday from the Sac Joaquin section. CIF-Sacjoaquin.tv. We'll have that for you on Monday beginning at noon if you are a baseball fanatic and want to check out some of the action outside of your home section. Then we've also got more game coverage next weekend. The North Coast section, CIF-Northcoast.tv. You're seeing the pattern here, folks. Those games will be played on Saturday at the Oakland Coliseum. And then we've also got more Sac Joaquin section action for you, CIF-Sacjoaquin.tv on Friday and Saturday. You can go ahead and check those web pages for game times, or just go to Play On High School Sports Network's YouTube channel, youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. The games will be listed there as well. I'd like to thank everyone here on CIF-CentralCoast.tv who made today's broadcast possible. Robert Fields producing and shooting today's games. Bo Fertig, my partner for the last two, shooting the first one. Kirsten Fairchilds was my broadcast partner for game one. I'm Jeff Kurtz saying so long from San Jose Municipal Stadium. Valley Christian 3-1 on a no-hitter by Cameron Stewart in the nightcap, their first Division I title since 2008. Folks, have a great Memorial Day weekend. Enjoy your time with family and friends and remembering loved ones who have served in the military, friends, family as well. Thanks so much to all of our veterans. That's it, folks, for CIF-CentralCoast.tv. Good night.